Hi, I'm Sharon. I'm a psychotherapist and a narcissistic abuse survivor. So in my previous video, I explained what narcissism is, and today I'm going to shed a little light on my own take on and how we get trapped in these relationships, or even how we get into them in the first place. So the average human meets someone and within a very short space of time has already decided if they can like and trust the person. And we do this unconsciously. We work with what I like to call a vibe. Now, the narcissist works a little differently in that they are doing something a little extra in those few minutes. They are assessing you. They're assessing you to see if you are prey. They are able to sniff out weaknesses and vulnerabilities, general niceness and kindness from what may even appear to be the most secure and confident person. They can see straight through you. Now, are you the type of person who likes to fix people? Are you, say, the codependent? Did you have a difficult childhood? Are you an empath, yoga teacher, psychotherapist, healer, psychiatrist, nurse? Basically, are you the kind of person who likes to help other people? Because if so, you were chosen by the narc for your special gift of loving and caring for others. Or maybe you just came out of a divorce or faced the death of a parent or had little coping skills and was just simply vulnerable. You are about to be manipulated by this person and you won't even know it is happening. They are so good at manipulating others. Now, these people are like vultures and you become the perfect prey. So what you need to do is you need to look at yourself and what type of person you are and what stage of life you were in when you met the narc. So here's how I believe it works. We all have voids that need filling. And I'm going to talk about this in all aspects of relationships, not just romantic ones, as the narc may be a family member, a co-worker, a boss, or even a friend. So the narc is very clever in that they will open up to you with real or fabricated stories of their life, and they'll probably claim that they have never been able to open up this much to anyone else. And this in turn starts you telling them about your life struggles. And now it's assessment time. So I'm going to use 3 scenarios today, as the narcissist family member is a whole video on its own. Now, scenario 1, let's say that in childhood you received little affection or attention from your parents. The narc partner will give you endless supply of hand-holding, cuddles, text messages, phone calls, flowers, etc. The list is endless. You've never been able to find someone to love you like this, and you're on cloud 9. Moving on to scenario 2. You have low self-esteem or confidence, so your boss gives you a promotion and you finally buy the family car and get the mortgage on the house you so desperately wanted. You start to feel more confident and capable. In scenario 3, you are, say, in a bad financial way, so your friend offers to lend you money and listens to your troubles with what seems like empathy. You finally feel like you can breathe because the rent is now paid. Now, this is called the love bombing or idealization phase. Then we get the devaluation phase, and it looks like this. Right, so scenario 1. The partner will all of a sudden withdraw affection, start ignoring your texts, suddenly start saying cruel things or getting angry towards you. And you find yourself confused and very, very low. So you wind up craving the attention and you find yourself running rings around your partner to please them as if you were somehow responsible now for this lack of love. In scenario 2, the boss that gave you the promotion will start to tell you that you are incapable of doing your job properly, undermines you, sending your confidence even further down the chute. and makes you panic over the now new purchases that you've made. In scenario 3, the friend that offered to lend you the money all of a sudden tells you that they can only give you, say, a quarter of it, and this comes with absolutely no reason given. Then come close to rent day, you can't reach them at all by phone or any other means. And you are then confused and feeling helpless and needy, maybe relentlessly calling them or texting them. Now, in all these situations, you will panic and they are enjoying watching you squirm. It gives them a sense of power and control over you and your emotions. You are basically being gaslighted into believing that you are responsible for their behaviors towards you, and you wind up doubting yourself and your judgments. So we will discuss gaslighting in a further video, because this goes alongside something called projection. Next up, we're going to go into what they call the discard phase. Now, the discard phase is chosen at precisely the right time. And this is usually when you've become sick, or say your parent is dying, you've just bought the house, you've lost your job, or say the rent is due tomorrow. Now, going back to scenario 1, the partner ignores you completely, gets nasty, tells you you are too clingy, and then say ends the relationship. Scenario 2, the boss fires you for your incompetence, or knowing full well, though, that you're incapable of doing the job in the first place. Scenario 3, the friend that tells you you can't be friends anymore. You're draining them emotionally and they just don't have the financial resources themselves to help you anymore. So you, in all these situations, believe them to be true and you to be the problem because they have turned your voids on you. The idealization, devaluation, and discard phase almost always goes on 7 times with a massive hoovering attempt each time. Now, the hoovering attempt derives its name from the vacuum cleaner, as you are sucked back in and then you are treated like dirt. Next up, we're going to go on to how these scenarios play themselves out for the discard. So, the ex will be so sorry with an Academy Award-winning performance to win you back. So he or she has filled those voids, remember, like nobody else, and now they are promising you that they will go to therapy, that they will make you believe them when they tell you that they were, in fact, the problem because the relationship was maybe getting too deep for them, or they were simply scared by how in love with you they were becoming. And by feeling their pain, you take them back. The boss calls you back and apologizes for being too harsh on you and offers you your original job back, but without the promotion, of course, saying that he or she understands that you are in a financial predicament and would like to help you out after much consideration. The friend gives you some money towards the rent, only it's 9 days too late, and says sorry, but they were feeling drained by maybe other circumstances other than you and was so sorry for taking it out on you. Hoovered, and the cycle will continue again. Now, let me begin by saying that the final discard always comes from the victim because the narc will continue to play with you for as long as you allow, be it immediately after the discard or 20 years later. The narc collects souls, so never truly let you go. If you don't get hoovered, don't feel bad. Count yourself lucky. Now, the difference between addiction being a person versus substance is that we can always get our hands on a substance. But when as a person, we are well and truly screwed. So what do some of us do? We unconsciously go out in search of another narc to fill those voids. Feed the drug habit, because now you know how it feels to have these voids filled, and you need them filled. When you come off a drug, it's all you can think about. You obsess about it. It consumes you as this person was a drug. And when trying to quit anything, like I said, you become obsessed about that very thing. And the answer is, when you are addicted to a substance, you go to rehab. You have to go off the drug, abstinence, and this is the same with the narc. Abstinence. You need to go no contact. Now, I appreciate that no contact is not always possible if you, say, work with a narc or have children with the person, but I will explain in a further video how to deal with the situation. With a friend, it's off limits. Delete them on social media. Delete their phone numbers, block them if you have to. You cannot go to AA and simply have the occasional drink. You need to get therapy, find out how to fill these voids yourself for yourself. Because you can, and once you do, only then will you attract healthy people into your lives. Because healthy people can't love you until you have learned the art of self-care and acceptance. So sometimes we help others as a way of deflecting from ourselves so that we don't have to look inwards at our own troubles by distracting ourselves with the problems of other people. So we do this by maybe choosing professions that allow us to. I say some of us, not all of us. I really hope this explains things to you. You are at this point addicted. And my next video is going to be about red flags, how we miss them, and how not to let them ever happen to us again. Stay strong, and remember, you were chosen because you are a beautiful person with a good heart and an amazing soul. And if anything, fill your minds with that. You will get over this. You're watching this video because you want to understand and you want to heal. And that's a damn good start. Love you for watching, and I want you to have a really positive day. Please subscribe to further videos.